Hi everyone, it's Anne. It's been a while since my last video. I had a great time in the studio doing this piece. I can't wait to show you how I did it. The video will start now. Enjoy. So, starting with a canvas board that I added some black and brown and cream to. It gets completely covered up, so I'm not focusing on that. I went through my stash of collage papers that I made in another video here on this channel. I'll leave the link below, but just all different like creams and browns and grays and blacks with lots of markings on them. And with a silicone spatula, I'm gluing it down. There's really no rhyme or reason. I just want to get different colors. Majority of these papers are going to get covered, but what's great about collage papers is, depending on what you're going for, but in this case, those marks and some of those colors do come through. And so there's different shades of browns. This is more of a reddish brown, and I'm just adding it mostly to the sides. I do want to cover about 80% of the canvas board. And you'll see, like, I pointed to that white mark because it's not just about the colors of the papers, it's about those marks. A lot of times those marks play a key role in the overall composition depending on what your piece is about. So I love all these colors. Sometimes I want to preserve most of the colors. Other times I'm okay with covering most of it up because I'm doing layers and I'm always looking for contrast. I like dark colors. I like saturated colors. And you'll see that I go through various stages of not only the layering and the distressing, but also going from the primary colors here, not primary as in the color spectrum, but just these main colors, to very, very light and almost washed out to very dark again. And when you go through various processes like that, different things happen that normally wouldn't happen if you just left it as is. And so here I'm looking at the old book paper in the lower left corner. I want to balance that, so I'm using a similar piece in the center, and then I'll add a strip to the upper right going down the side, and that kind of creates a diagonal of similar colors. So if you step back, you see you have like those reddish browns. You have the old book paper with the black marks. But now I'm going to tie it all together. And as I mentioned before, that the brown black base, that gets covered up. So with this foam roller and the cream, I am just going between all of the different papers to blend them, to hide all of the edges, and later I'll go over that with dark. And as I mentioned, the play between the darks and the lights, and it creates contrast, and it just has like a look that this stage doesn't have. And so this piece is really dark, and I want a focal piece, so I cut it into a triangle, and a few triangles, and I was just playing around with the different sizes of the pieces, and I chose this one. I felt it was the right size. The other one was a little bit too narrow, and I wanted to distress it. So first I'm pinching all of the sides and the tips to get that handmade look, that organic look. And it's a little bit kind of like torn looking, which is good. And then I went into it with scissors to give it more of a fringe. And when I glue it down with the matte gel medium, I'll kind of leave the edges unglued so that there's movement and it's kind of loose. And that's a really good thing to do when you're working with collage papers, to kind of leave the edges a little loose sometimes so that you can slip other papers underneath if you're not sure where you are in a certain phase. And then later you can go and glue it down. So that's what I did here. And when you look at this piece, that is very, very dark compared to everything else. And throughout the process, I used my black gel pen just to add some lines and marks. It gives it energy. It gives it some interest. And this is a stencil, and I add a few black triangles to kind of go with the theme of the centerpiece, but I never intended to leave it the way it is because it competes. And I just did a circle with ink, and then I hit it when I was wiping things down, and it turned into the number 6. Here with a precision bottle, diluted cream acrylic, I just added some dots. So I'm just doing some markings and turning the canvas and trying to figure out like what needs to be done next. So now that this has dried a little bit, I am giving it a light dusting with the fan brush using cream acrylic, and it pushes the black down, it tones it down. And then because I felt this centerpiece was just a little bit too heavy, I went into it and I distressed it just by tearing some strips, which revealed the colors behind it. It broke it up and it just makes it more interesting. And here I'm just adding some more of the cream, always looking for the contrast between the light and the dark and the mediums. I can't really say warms and cools because really almost all of the colors are warm except for maybe the cream. More markings with the gel pen. And here I'm just trying to make that 6 or that 9 a little bit more interesting. I'm adding lines and dots. Nothing too heavy. I'm not just doing random circles. You know, I like to do things that are just a little bit more interesting. I'll even do stick people. So this is acrylic ink in Sepia. It's a great brown. And so I'm adding it to a little container. I have my water in a jar. Right there you could see it. And I am going to coat the entire canvas with the sepia acrylic ink to stain it. So here I'm doing the first coat and I do not let it dry. I use paper towel to sop it up, and then I just keep moving around the canvas, repeating the process until I've applied it to the entire canvas. And so what it's doing is it's staining, I'm pretty sure it's staining, but it's also making things a little bit muted. And so I went back into it later with the cream acrylic to add fresh, quote unquote, fresh color to it because it is a little bit muted. And to me, that's contrast, you know, fresh and against old and muted or worn is contrast, just like black and white, if that makes any sense. So contrast doesn't always, in my mind, doesn't always mean color. So yeah, I'm adding water to kind of rinse the excess off. And so you can see it looks very worn, it looks distressed, it looks washed out. Very different from how it started. And now that's black acrylic ink, and I'm using a glass calligraphy pen to just add some black random abstract markings, kind of like skippy kind of circles, lines, just scribbles. That adds energy and interest to the piece. And so when it's done, you can kind of see how the whole shape starts in the upper right hand corner and fans out, going on a diagonal toward the bottom. So it's not just plopped in the center. It's kind of on an angle, and it starts out small and gets larger. And so it's like a circle with a triangle, and then I have all of these marks all around it, which kind of softens it. And again, I always say, gives it energy. So you have that circle in the corner, so I'm adding a lot of different circles all the way at the bottom. And now I'm spattering the black acrylic ink, even more energy. And so now if you look at everything, here I'm just adding some scribbles, almost like signatures and lines and doodles. But when you step back, everything looks very brown, very tan and very brown. So it needs contrast. I'm not going to use white because white is too stark. So I'm using diluted cream acrylic from a precision bottle to do some areas, and then I'm deliberately going into certain areas where it's kind of like empty, and adding it, and then going over those dots. And that's the contrast that I was talking about before. And so the first one was, you know, a swipe with energy, and then these are deliberate. And it is done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it. If you have any questions about my process or materials, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will, because I plan on uploading regularly. Until the next video, take care. I'll see you soon.